Hey y'all, welcome back for another complex combo with your girl, Sonya B. Wow. So I had to make a video real quick. Think about a conversation that I just had today that really made me put some things in perspective. You know how sometimes you have to think about stuff in hindsight and you have to give yourself a high five, like, man, I'm really on the right path. So let me tell you what I'm on the right path about. A little while after, my husband and I breaking up, when I thought, I'd be okay, dabble out there in the dating world. I wanted to be real selective or creative, I shall say, about how I dated. I will admit that I was a serial monogamist, and I went from, one relationship to the next. And I learned along the way that, in looking back, that wasn't necessarily healthy. Because I was operating under the mindset, at least from husband number one to husband number two, the things that you hear in movies, the things that society tells you, girl, in order to get over another, you got to get under another one. That's not healthy. That's not healthy at all. So anyway, that was my thought process. And I was thinking about that. And so the conversation I had today that brought this whole thing about was I have two phones. I have one phone. Everybody that knows me has this one particular phone number. But as I started publishing, started consulting, I kept another phone because as a consultant, a lot of times they want your phone number. So I didn't want them to have my personal cell phone number. So I have two cell phones for various reasons, but that's the main reason. And not everybody is privy to both phone numbers. Those who are important know how to reach me. If they can't reach me on one, they reach me on the other. So a friend of mine was like, that's some real player shit, Sonya. To have two phones. Call me a pimp, call Slipback. That tickled me. And it tickled me because at one point in my thinking about or entertaining dating, I was entertaining people over the phone. Let's get that straight. I'd say about between 4 and 6 different people I was talking to. Now, you would think that theoretically that would be hard to maintain, but here's why I entertain talking to multiple people. 1, because I'm not committed to one person. 2, I wasn't ready to just dive into another relationship. But remember, I'm trying to prevent myself from being that serial monogamist, going from one to the other, just going all in, because that's what Sonya would do. But the main reason was, in order to get to know me, you have to know me. You have to get to know me intellectually, right? Everyone is not able to hold a conversation. Conversations are a dying art, just along with cursive writing and wearing your pants pulled up to your waist. Yeah, it's a dying art, just like those things. So, it wouldn't take long for me to dwindle that list from 6 to 5 to 4, etc. because of one reason or another. You can't hold a regular conversation. You ask me the same things over and over again. We're talking about the same things over and over again. Or you're calling me and we're just sitting on the phone with a lot of dead space. That's all cute and good when you're enamored with that person and, you just ran out of things to say. And it's a cool kind of a dead space, but it's not cool when, we really haven't talked about much. So I was explaining that to this person that, in my attempt to weed through all the noise, yes, I talked to multiple people. And that's not, to me, that's not pimp-like. It would be different if the situation were different. But that to me, that wasn't pimp-like. That was just my mean of weeding through various people. So now I'm at a point where I think I've healed from some things, and I know what I like. I've dated myself. I know what it takes to entertain me, keep my attention, and so I'm ready to put myself back out there. However, that comes at a certain cost, because I am not going to sacrifice me anymore just for the sake of having company. Got to be able to keep yourself company. You are your own good company. So if you could do that, then you'll have the patience to kind of weed through all that other noise that's out there. So then the individual said they understood, they get it. Still call me a pimp, but whatever. I'm gonna let that slide. That's not me at all. I know what I like. I know what I'm looking for. I know what I need. I know what I bring to the table. When you know all of that, then you won't accept just anybody sitting at your table. They can sit at a table, but it just won't be yours. Okay, we're not eating together. But I want you to eat. My son. So I'm telling my son about this conversation. And he says, you know what? What is it about? He said, what does society ask you or tell you that you must do to heal from a bad relationship or a breakup or a breakdown of your relationship? And I had to think about that. What does society teach? And society, for me, it was one of those things that I would hear, and you hear it in movies all the time. Girl, in order to get out from, get over one man, you get under another. Okay, so for lack of a better word, that doesn't work. Okay, when you are operating in that mindset, you're broken yourself. And this is all from self-reflection. So I'm not projecting, saying that you out there, if you think like this is you. But for me, I was coming from a broken place, broken from a relationship. And so I would just jump into the next thing, thinking that was going to help me heal, or that was going to lessen the pain from the previous relationship. And you are carrying that pain, that hurt, that anger, resentment, all of that thing, all those things that you carry in those bags. Into the next relationship. So that did not, for me, help marriage number 2 in the beginning. But anyway, this is not about that. You can check out The Silent Wife if you would like to hear how that transition happened. So to answer my son's question, well, actually, he answered the question himself. I asked him what was his opinion. What is it that society tells us? He says that society makes us believe that everything is malleable. He said not everything, but relationships in particular. I asked him to go a little deeper. What do you mean by that? And he says society tells us that, it's okay if you can't find everything in one person. Society says it's acceptable for us to not look for everything in one individual, but to find what you want in however many people it takes for you to make a whole person. So I'm going to repeat that. Society has us believe that instead of finding everything in one, you can find one thing in many, making up that whole person. So I was like, that's what I was doing when I was dating or talking to multiple people. I was trying to get bits and pieces from one person that I couldn't find in one. So one person would be good for conversation. Another person would be good to hang out with, have fun. Another person may have had a sense of humor. One person may, look good on the outside, but the inside they were just dead. So you're walking around gathering all these bits and pieces. And I laugh as I say this to you, because I often joke. I joke with a girlfriend of mine. I even said it to my mom not too long ago. I think I need to patent a Build-A-Man workshop where you can just take bits and pieces from various men so that you can come out with your one man made up of all these different pieces. Now, that does mean that there'll be some extra body parts left in the back of the warehouse of the Build-A-Man workshop, but maybe somebody else will come in and need those bits and pieces. That tickled me, but it's true. It's true. That is how Society makes us feel it's okay to do that, to have that bench of people. And I'm telling you, it's hard to maintain a bench of folks. It's exhausting. It's mentally draining. But that's what society tells us. We're not going to find what we're looking for in one person. So get what you need from various people. That doesn't make you feel whole. It didn't make me feel whole at all. So as I continue to work on my individual healing, getting all my broken pieces together, I realized that I was tired. I was tired. Another thing my son also said is, don't we as a people, don't we men and women, don't we get tired of getting bits and pieces from various folks? And for those of us who are tired, we admit it, yes, and we correct our actions and we move forward, right? But those of us who aren't tired, we're lying to ourselves. He called it being intellectually dishonest. You know, you have rationalized to yourself why this just makes all the sense in the world, but it really doesn't. Or being disingenuous. And he also said that, now mind you, my son is not in a relationship, hasn't been in one, and says he's just not ready to be in one, because whatever one he's in is going to be right? So I think I did good. Maybe he's just learning from all my mistakes. I don't know. So he said that what we're doing, men and women, is that we are trying to make up a whole something with all these broken pieces that we're collecting from other broken people. Oh my God. And then we wonder why we can't get this relationship thing together. We can't get it together because we are functioning or operating in the definition of insanity. You know, you've heard it over and over again. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting something different. But we're doing the same thing. Oh, wow. Broken pieces. That's what this is going to be called. This is picking up and putting together those darn broken pieces. I'm tired of being broken. But I thank God for deliverance. I thank God for showing me the error of my ways, because it was exhausting, wasting time. So that is how I ultimately ended that conversation with a friend today. You know, I was doing that, dating multiple people as a time filler, and it was really a time waster. I was wasting my time. Are you tired of wasting your time? Stop it. We're getting older and time is not increasing. Time is not on our side. A lot of us have approached that hill. Some of us have crossed over that hill. And there are those of us who are we are at the beginning of the incline. So let's stop wasting time. Let's just stop it. Let's invest in some real quality relationships. Let's invest in real conversation, getting to know each other, setting intention. What are your intentions for yourself? What are your intentions for anybody that you bring into your life? Let's talk about what we are bringing to this table. And let's set that tone real quick and fast, because time is not waiting for us. Stop collecting broken pieces from broken people, expecting to put together a whole relationship, because believe you me, it don't work. All right, off my soapbox for today. If you like the video, if you like what we are talking about, let me have your comments below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do so. That is also below. Let's talk about this. These things that we don't like to talk about. That's what I am all about. Those things that we just kind of brush under the carpet, that we think about, but we don't want to expand on in conversation. Here's your platform. Until next time, have a good day.